All right, guys, let's take a closer look at a Bremont. So this is the first time I've handled one of these, and from what I understand, this is going to be some of the probably most desirable in their lineup from, well, I know it is for me anyway, because it's primarily a dive watch, and I like dive watches. So let's get into it. We are looking at a 43 millimeter case, 50 lug to lug, 16.5 millimeter thick, 22 millimeter lug width, 7.5 millimeter screw down crown stuffed up here basically at the 2 o'clock position. Now, I think most people are going to notice right away the case is unique. Well, it's 3 pieces. Basically you have a screw down case back with a sapphire crystal for the display. You have this mid case here with a helium escape valve because it is a 500 meter depth rated watch. And then you have this main mid piece here, and then of course you have the bezel sitting up on top. So somehow it's classified as a 3-piece case. Sapphire crystal up top, double domed, 9 layers of anti-reflective coating on there. And then you also have a sapphire bezel insert, and then you have a unidirectional rotating 120 click bezel. It's a GMT 24-hour timekeeping bezel. I would have liked to have seen a bidirectional bezel on this. I'm not sure what the thought process is on going with a unidirectional, but that is what we have. Crown at 2 o'clock, I actually dig that. It's really cool. They integrated this little bolt-on feature here that is the crown guard. So it will protect the crown from getting busted up or something. So you can see it deflects, and it's exactly what it's intended to do. This one is the Waterman. So what is the Waterman? Well, it's a limited edition version. You could get it on this blue rubber strap, or you could get it on a metal bracelet. I think the metal bracelet ones are pretty much all sold out. You'll have to check with Nick at Exquisite Timepieces. I'll put a link down below to get a hold of Nick, and a direct link to this watch from their website. This one for sure is still available. This is number 116 of only 250 available. The retail price on this is going to hurt some people, I'm sure, but it is basically $5,600. It's $5,595. So it's up there, I get it, but there's a bunch of little hidden things with Bremont that need to be, for the most part, explained to people. Like a lot of watches that add tech into their watches, you might not see them initially. There's some German brands that are really good at doing that. This one's actually a UK brand. It actually even says London. If we zoom in on the dial down below, you can see it on the chapter ring. You can see London down there. And you can see Waterman on the dial. You can see my reflection. You can see the GMT hand is also done in that powder blue. Very nicely done. And then a pop of red on the second hand, which you can see the lollipop on it is rotating around that inner decorative piece of the dial perfectly. So almost like it's orbiting around, but yet it clears the indices just perfect. And then you can see you have a very nice handset there. And then a framed-in date window at 3 o'clock. A very well-finished, well-done watch. So the tech that I speak of, well, they're using a steel they're calling triptych. I've never really heard about this before, but essentially I asked a buddy that I know that knows more about the brand than just about anybody. And he said basically it's steel is hardened to 2000 Vickers, so it's going to be more scratch resistant. The sapphire top and bottom also scratch resistant. The movement inside here, which is Bremont calls it the BE93, but it's basically a chronometer grade COSC spec SW330 from Sellita with a custom Apex Waterman rotor there, where you can have the shark fin cut out and a bunch of little waves with shark fin in there. And that is partly because portions of the profits from this watch sale is going to go to a program called the Bimini, and they do like Shark Labs. You'll have to click some links to find out more information on that. And Waterman is actually a professional surfer that is Waterman Hamilton is his name, and he has worn and tested and proven this watch in the rigorous adventures of professional surfing. So inside here, it's difficult to see, but basically the movement has, I don't want to say it's suspended so much as it is secured in place with anti-shock properties, both in the movement, but also in the way in the escapement and everything, but also in the way the movement is mounted to the case. So there's a little bit of extra shock resistance built into that. So it is basically a very tough watch, essentially, is what we're looking at. So chronometer grade, very tough, scratch resistant, sapphire everywhere, and overall just a good looking watch with the onion, I think that's what they call that, hour hand, and then almost like a Shirin style minute hand there, interrupted. So plenty of lume on this thing too. We'll do a lume shot here in a minute. Let's pop it on my wrist so you can see what that looks like. It's extremely comfortable on this fitted rubber strap. More and more, I'm finding myself trying out different strap options on watches. I'm typically a bracelet guy, but when you have a very nice fitted rubber strap that is comfortable, then that works just as well for me. But you can see it wears great on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. Nice hardware on this thing too. One is like captured here, the keeper, and then this one's fully floating. And then you have really nice stainless steel hardware as well. Let's kill the lights. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to give this a little quick charge, and then we'll kill the lights, and we'll see how good this lume is. So it is super luminova. You know, it's white during the day. So basically you're looking at kind of some sort of BGW9 formula. So it's going to be a cool blue lume when the lights go out. Clearly visible. There you have it. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks to Exquisite Timepieces for loaning me this watch so I can share it with you so you can have hopefully a better informed decision with your purchasing.